Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome, cross watchers. If you're new to the channel, happy to have you join us. So let's jump in. I am pulling from Intuitive Whispers. It's a new oracle deck. We'll see what message is coming through for you, Capricorn. Doesn't matter, whatever sign you are watching, you're free to receive this message. Whew. Card number 3, the power of silence. The babies. How often are you in silence, existing in a place without the distraction of music, screens, work, or people? And this is pretty powerful for those of you with the Capricorn energy in your chart. So if you're here as the Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus of Capricorn, because y'all are pretty driven. Pretty driven. So you can get distracted and then sort of go down the rabbit hole pretty easily. It says there is a deep internal power that can only be accessed from that silence. This is your intuition. It's always there, but it takes the discipline right? That driven discipline of consistent practice to become comfortable enough to silence, in the silence to hear it. I'm gonna read that sentence again. It says, it's always there, but it takes the discipline of consistent practice to become comfortable enough in the silence to hear it. If you're reading this card, take this as your first whisper to reconnect to the silence and listen. At first it might sound loud. The mind will try to find any way to distract you, creating to-do lists and replaying events, but you must persevere. At the other side of that chatter is a powerful silence, and from within that stillness, your inner confidence will begin to come through. Yeah, it is a good message for everyone watching, but especially Capricornian energy, because, you know, like I said, you've got a lot of very determined energy. Yeah. Discipline is also a Capricornian word. And determination. So sometimes, and I say distraction, I'm not saying Capricorn is easily distracted. I think, because that would suggest that you're flighty. You're not. But you are distracted by your ambitions, by your own discipline, by your own determined, like, I'm gonna get where I'm going. I'm making a beeline toward this thing, and I will not be taken off this path, is in and of itself a form of distraction from your intuition, because this is called intuitive whispers. So the intuitive whisper here is for you to reconnect to silence, right? Cut yourself off from everything you're kind of like really hyper focused on, so you can listen. And it might actually be a bit deafening at first, that silence, because that's like the floodgates open and your intuition kind of comes roaring in all at once. So it's a good exercise for you, is what I think the power of silence will be for you, an exercise to... Sometimes I have some of you come into the comments like, my intuition is blocked, I can't, I'm looking for some help here because I can't sort of connect with my intuition. So this is a good, for those of you that can relate to that, this is a good oracle, because it's telling you it may be found in the silence. All right? I like it. And I think it's perfect for Capricornian energy, though all of you watching may surely benefit from that message. All right, let's jump in. Here we go for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's up? What's up? Right? What are you laser focused on? The future, life partnership, some kind of a long-term connection. That's what I'm here to read about. Something that can go the distance. What's crossing you? Oh, okay. I can dig it. Page of Cups. You are a little challenged here with regard to this person that you're dealing with sincerity. Are they sincere? Right? This is someone who is, whatever it is that they're saying, whatever it is that they're kind of messaging to you, is it really coming from their heart? Is it sincere? Because what crosses you here is what's challenging you, correct? So let's look at the root of the problem. The plot thickens. So now it's not just about sincerity. There may be a need for an apology. Before we go any further, I hear Capricorn, or whoever you are, you could be the cross watcher for a Capricorn saying, is before we go any further in this connection, or before I either even consider something long term, I'm going to need a sincere apology, because there's some healing needed. That's at the root of the problem. Got it. All right. I see where we're headed in the past. This is someone that you feel very connected to. Past life soulmate energy in the Six of Cups, that sense of like, this could be someone you've known a very long time in this incarnation, or you just feel like you've known them forever. You could have been passing through lifetimes together. And well, hello Capricorn. Yeah, top of mind. Lots of limitations here. Sensing lots of limitations, feeling really constricted, restricted. I'm not sensing that this is really anything more than your own sense of, I can't let this go. I can't let this go. There's too much negative karma here. And like, this is Capricorn's energy. So you could be the cross watcher for a Capricorn, and it's still kind of breaking through that there is some kind of negative karmic dynamic here that requires an apology and some healing before you can contemplate the long haul. I'll get more, don't worry, in the near future. Sure, we've got that Five of Pentacles. There's something here is unstable. It's not, there's some insecurity around it. It could be some abandonment. It could be some devaluing. What happens when we see the Five of Pentacles in the near future as a result of everything that's been unfolding is our self-esteem takes a hit. We kind of internalize it. We shouldn't, but we do. It's sort of an artifact of the shadow. And this is the shadow. So the message from Spirit, Knight of Pentacles, something may be coming your way very slowly. Hidden energy of the person. Okay. Maybe for this. The hidden energy of this person is they'll come in fast to clear the air, but for some reason, Spirit's telling you, let's slow things down. I'll have to negotiate that conflict later. Yeah. And in the outcome position, we have the Ten of Swords. All right. So, and I felt this in another reading quite recently, where it was that sign's own choice to end something. So by the way I'm looking at this, if it is meant to end, that won't be a surprise. That looks like this person is going to try to clear the air, but it may be too late if you decide, oh, nope, I'm done. I can't trust it, you know. So we'll see. Let's just jump in, see where things head. Ten of Pentacles crossed by the Page of Cups. Five of Swords, yeah. An unfair fight, something that feels to you like it was very intentional, hurtful, cruel even. Four of Wands, the beginning of life partnership here, and the Sun. So the Sun is, and the cards from the bottom of the deck, for those who are brand new, is what you can't see. So it's either in your unconscious awareness, your person's unconscious awareness, or somehow playing out behind the scenes. I let you see it because it helps to kind of factor in some things that are sort of just beneath the surface, right? And the Sun isn't only just about our happiness, but part of what makes us happy is when we feel safe and protected in our vulnerability, right? We can be vulnerable because we're not worried about taking 10 swords to the back. We're not worried about somebody manipulating us. We're not worried about being devalued or rejected or abandoned. So I feel like on some level, this connection has been on track for a long-term committed, maybe, you know, something where we've got the beginnings of life partnership. We're looking down the road here, envisioning what it might look like, but something has befallen this connection. We've been really comfortable with each other, either for quite a long time in this incarnation, or just feeling like it's hand in glove. Wherever we are with each other is home. We feel like we've known each other forever. It's kind of been that kind of a connection. Easy, comfortable, until it wasn't. And this Five of Swords is that kind of energy. Oh, that's how it's going to be played. And it's different than the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, not always great energy, but not quite as intentionally hurtful. And it feels to me like it was intentionally hurtful in a way where it got right at the core of your vulnerability. And it's now a challenge for you to even accept an apology. But one is really needed. A sincere one is really needed. But I'm wondering now if even if you receive it or if you have received it, whether you can even accept it or trust it. So something's gone sideways here. So let's look at this. The problem with the Four of Swords, which is about healing. There's our Knight of Swords. Three of Swords. Two of Swords. I almost feel like it doesn't even matter what this person says. There's almost nothing they can say that will help clear the air to bring about the healing. You're now in this energy, Two of Swords, of, you know, that crossroads energy is hitting you full on. You're making an important decision, and it looks like in the outcome position we kind of see where that's headed. I do feel like this person will try. I do feel like Spirit's telling you to slow your roll, to give it time, to be more deliberate and methodical. That's the funny thing about Capricorn. If you're here as a Capricorn, you're making up your mind. Like Capricorns are very decisive. Sometimes they do better when they move slowly, but I feel like especially if a Capricorn feels like they were set up or betrayed somehow, they don't need a lot of time. So let's look in the past with the Six of Cups. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Three of Cups. It's interesting, I've been getting this dynamic all week, sort of like, you know, fun, light, flirtatious, passionate. You know, I'm looking in the past here, so very social, comfortable, easy, exciting. But with this Three of Cups underneath, I almost feel like on some level, a little bit too much on the surface, too much good times. You know what I'm saying? Like, not real deep. And Capricorn likes depth. So whether you're here as a Capricorn or whether you're here as a cross watcher, I feel like the Capricornian energy prefers some depth, some seriousness. It's a serious energy. And so in the past, while the energies are good and positive and fun and flirtatious and passionate and, you know, lots of desire and lots of chemistry, and it just feels like that might have been a little foretelling of problems to come, because now we're in that space of Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and that Five of Swords comes in as almost like not going to say sabotage, a little gaslighty, right? A pull the rug out kind of an energy almost. Definitely an unfair fight. Seems like something here where everything was going along swimmingly, but it was not heading in a direction that seemed more long-term. And so when it comes time to look to the deeper, it wasn't really there. The substance really wasn't there. And that is where you feel like, oh, I was set up. This was just a game to this person. And so that's where I feel the storyline is taking this reading. Devil at the top of mind for you. Seven of Wands, Page of Cups again, and Chariot. Well, now I almost feel like, yeah, you're resisting the apology. I do feel some of you have already received the apology, right? Because this Knight of Swords is already in the mix. The Page of Cups is already in the mix. The clearing of the air, the attempt to speak truth, to offer clarity, to speak from the heart, to, yeah. And I feel like it's being defended against. Now remember, you may be here as a cross watcher and the whole situation may be reversed. Someone may be defending against your apology. That could be how this whole thing is coming through for you. And I just feel somebody's being real stubborn here, got their heels dug in and is saying, yeah, no, too little, too late. I don't want to hear it. I don't believe it. Defensive, resistant, not having it. And with the Chariot from the bottom of the deck, the Chariot, you know, can be about victory, can be about triumph, but in any event, the Chariot is a card that usually is moving forward, moving on, moving toward or away from something, but to serve the higher good. I feel like, you know, this is you moving away from this situation energetically, internally, in your unconscious awareness. It's like, get me away from this. I'm moving away from this. In the near future, Five of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Ace of Cups. Wow. Woo! I feel like it all becomes very heavy and like we reach a bit of a breaking point for this connection, because essentially with the Five of Pentacles, as I said, we've got abandonment, we've got devaluation energies here. There's not good stability. And this King of Pentacles, if you're thinking of long-term connection, and the King of Pentacles would be like the masculine archetype of a life partner. It's normally someone who shows up for you. This person, in your mind's eye, didn't show up for you, didn't have your back. Okay, didn't evolve out of this sort of vibration of we're just having a good time, into something you could count on and depend upon. And that's not a sign of stability that would be important to you. And so here it is, just too much burden for either of you, quite frankly. And so that Ten of Wands is kind of breaking both of you. And once you lay it down, that's sort of where we end here, because we've got behind the scenes a potential love match, a potential for real love here, to be here. And it's just too much in its present form. It's too much. And the Ten of Wands says it has to be released. You've got to let it go, so that you can kind of each release the negative karma, reset in some way if there's an opportunity for that, or let it go entirely. I just definitely feel like on some level, there's more here than meets the eye, but what has happened has presently disrupted your vision of what could be. Someone has fallen off their pedestal, right? Your vision of a King of Pentacles. They weren't that. or they haven't been that. And it leaves you feeling vulnerable, and it leaves you feeling wounded and lacking trust in this person. And they're trying to clear it up, and they're trying to apologize or offer their feelings, and you're not buying what they're selling. Spirits coming in, Knight of Pentacles. Lovers. Six of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Spirit saying slow your roll. Not so fast. You haven't even, take the time. Assess realities on the ground. Slow down. Because there's potential here for quite a spiritual bond, a spiritual connection. This person, the two of you could choose each other of your own free will and reconcile in a beautiful way. Spirit wouldn't show it to you if it wasn't available to you. And remember, we have this Ace of Cups from the bottom of the deck. And to me, that means there's something here that's a gift from Spirit, and you're being shown if you slow down, if you get more. It's also another earth sign. That's Virgo's energy. Like, slow down, take stock, begin with the end in mind again. If this is where you really want to head, Four of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles. If you're really in the beginning stages of life partnership with your eye toward the future, then you've got to go back to the beginning here and be more methodical, be more deliberate, be more intentional. And here with this, first signs of trouble, I understand it. It's legit. I'm not saying it's not. We don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. We've got to work through some things here before we say, yeah, no. Not saying that Five of Swords isn't a legit issue, but I'm getting that this person is trying to explain something, apologize for something, come in with some energy to be sure you understand something. Let's go to the Knight of Swords and the hidden energy for this person. More explanation, Page of Swords, more sort of curiosity. They're trying to ferret something out here. Six of Cups, right? And Temperance. Okay. So, all right. So they've already made one pass here through with this Knight of Swords, trying to explain, trying to clear the air, trying to make sure you understand, or that they understand you, is probably even more like it, because that's part of the Page of Swords. Like, help me understand. I'm clueless. I want to be clear. Like, they're sharp. That Page of Swords is sharp, quick, very, very fast. And like, but this is us. We're so good together. We're so, like, we're such a, like, we're hand in glove. We're meant to, like, I don't know what's happening here. That's kind of the energy I'm feeling. And with Temperance underneath, internally, this person's kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow here. I'm not gonna act impulsively. This Temperance is good because it's sort of like this person's self-control, their restraint, not kind of reacting at you, really trying to take it all in. All right. So behind the scenes, they are sincere at trying to understand, be understood, and they're not putting it all together because they are sincere in this energy of the Six of Cups. That warmth, that comfort, that nostalgia, that energy between you that feels like a warm blanket has always been an aspect of this connection, and now all of a sudden They're not sure why the reaction. Not that a mistake hasn't been made, because I'm seeing the apology not once but twice, but the reaction of the refusal on your part to accept it. Not that a mistake hasn't been made, not that something didn't go down, but your absolute refusal to accept it. And Spirit even saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Deep breath, slow your roll. Because if you can just kind of keep the energies moving, do a little juggling here, assess realities on the ground, stall for time here, because there's something really powerful here between you that there is room to reconcile. Room for some form of compromise, negotiation, peacemaking, right? That's what I feel I'm seeing, because there is a lot of love here, or love available. So in the outcome position, my dears, I'm seeing that 10 of, hold on, my cards got stuck. 10 of Swords, Queen of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. Why is the Queen of Wands here? King of Cups. That's why. All right. So we've got, I'm going to sort of hold this up. We have love and passion in this connection. Queen of Wands takes no prisoners. She's a force to be reckoned with. King of Cups is like a man on an island. If you look at the card, if you have tarot cards at home, pull that card out. Look at it. It's like he's floating on a block of, I don't know, ice, I don't know, out in the middle of the ocean, nothing around him. And it's very fitting, because the King of Cups is Scorpio's energy. Scorpio is known to be kind of alone in the depth of their emotion. It's a stereotype, I get it, but it kind of rings true for a lot of people that are true Scorpios, is that they feel their emotions so deeply that they almost can't put them to words. If you have ever been loved, truly loved by a Scorpio, you probably rarely hear them say it, because words feel cheap to them. If they love you truly, they will demonstrate it, they will show it, they'll find the ways, but the words kind of escape them. So they're not grand at the communication of their feelings and emotions, and sometimes they're not always emotionally available. Sometimes they're not always emotionally available. Super passionate, not always emotionally available. So I'm feeling like that's what I'm seeing here, is this dynamic, very headstrong Queen of Wands, which is Aries energy, I am, right? She's got that black cat at her feet. Don't try me, don't test me. Got it? We've got the King of Cups floating on an island, like, I just want to love you, girl. I just, right? Like, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to love you. And so that's why she's here, is because there's like this sense within her, this indignity of what she perceives as unrequited love. You want to just play games, little boy? No. Not going to have it. So I'm going to end it instead. this is what I'm picking up. Because to this Queen of Wands, if I can't have it all, how Capricornian is that? I will have it none. And underneath, the truth is, this is someone who needs a lot of healing around something that probably wounded their honor and integrity. And a simple "I'm sorry" isn't going to cut it. So something here needs to be explored on a much deeper level than what's coming through a simple tarot reading. There was an insult to whoever you are. There was an insult to your honor and integrity by whatever went down right here. Yeah. And so this person's kind of makes sense that this person's kind of flying blind. Like, I don't know. I cannot figure this out. And even Spirit is kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Slow down. Right? Like, slow it, figure it out. And I can sense that, we've got some pride here. Queen of Wands, some pride. So these readings have been running very long because they're complex, and I'm happy to see yet another reading that's giving me a lot of good information. I am going to go to the extended. Let's just, for lack of a better phrase, we're going to call it the King of Cups on behalf of King of Pentacles, King of Cups. They're the same person, but this person didn't show up for you the way that you're for your integrity purposes. So we're going to just call it the King of Cups. How does this person show up in that reading? How are they processing the connection right now? What do they think about you? What are their thoughts about you in particular? What are their intentions? So the links to that are below, and links 1 and 3 are for memberships, and the memberships are great because you get more bang for your buck, so to speak. They do renew automatically, so you need to know that every month, and they are housed in the moments.com platform. That's like, any membership is not like where you get sent a link and you just open it and a video plays. That is the option number 2. So if you just want one little video for a one-time extended, that is option number 2. But options 1 and 3 is a membership platform. Okay, so I like to let you know that. And if you enjoyed the reading so far, I know it's very, very tricky, very involved, very complex. Please do subscribe below so that I can continue to grow this channel and help reach other people just like you who are looking for insights and some help navigating their complicated relationships. All right. And let me give you the astrology that showed up. We have got this Page of Cups, came out twice. That's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpius energy. The Sun is the Sun, but it rules Leo. We've got the Knight of Swords twice. That's Gemini's energy. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sagittarius in the Knight of Wands. We've got Capricorn right there in the Devil. Cancerian energy in the Chariot. Taurus in the King of Pentacles. Virgo in the Knight of Pentacles. More Gemini here in the Lovers. Come on. Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Sagittarius in the Temperance card. And as I said, Aries is the Queen of Wands. Scorpio is the King of Cups. And your powerful oracle, the Power of Silence. And that is not talking about the silent treatment. That is talking about using silence to activate and access your intuition. Okay, so I'm headed to the extended now, and I'll see you in a second. Bye.